It looks like Netanyahu has accepted the ceasefire proposal by Biden. Let's see if he actually goes through with it.
Could a peace deal on Gaza be in sight? According to a top advisor, Israel has agreed to the framework for US President Joe Biden's plan to bring an end to the war in Gaza, although stressed it was flawed and in need of much more work.
It's a deal we agreed to. It's not a good deal, but we dearly want the hostages released. All of them.
If implemented, the three-part proposal would begin with a 6-week ceasefire in which the Israeli Defense Forces would withdraw from populated areas in Gaza, secure the release of hostages, and outline reconstruction plans for Gaza. Joe Biden's already hailed several ceasefire proposals, each of them with similar frameworks to this one, all of which have collapsed. Netanyahu's previously said he won't budge or consider a permanent ceasefire until all of his objectives are met, notably the destruction of Hamas military capabilities. Meanwhile,
Yeah, so since that hasn't happened, and he just recently today said he wouldn't accept any ceasefire proposal of Hamas, what has changed to make him accept Biden's plan? And then you got part of the Israeli government that is threatening to split apart the government if Netanyahu accepts any kind of proposal.
pressure on Netanyahu from families of hostages continues to mount. Along with tens of thousands of people, they took to the streets of Tel Aviv on Saturday.
This is your last chance to make sure Netanyahu does not thwart the deal again. Use your voice and tell the public you are supporting the deal.
Politically, the Prime Minister is fighting to keep his coalition government intact, while far-right ministers Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich threaten to quit and dissolve the government if the deal is successful. The head of Israeli opposition, Yair Lapid, warned the Prime Minister to accept the proposal regardless. Hamas stated on Friday that
I mean, if Netanyahu decides to succumb to the threats of the other officials in their government, that just shows how weak the position of PM is when you can have one or two members of the Israeli government decide to defect and that dissolves the Israeli government from functioning.